Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X.
Welcome to the Johnny Vaughan 4 till 7 thing podcast. Thank you so much for downloading it. I would actually name you all, but there's too much time.
Yeah.
Gav, did you have a nice week?
I had a really good week.
Sunta?
I had a brilliant week.
There's some great stuff on this week. We've got cheese, electricity, and buses.
Yes.
Yes.
Running on meat.
Yeah.
We've got showbiz gossip, all the latest showbiz gossip. Do you remember the Brussels sprout tips?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
How we laughed
from
about
your gran, wasn't it?
Yeah, my grand's nipples.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, they're in the show.
Oh, not
They're our
again.
guests on Christmas Day, yeah. And we've got the best bits as well of our Christmas show, which is a very little bit at the end.
Yes.
So all in all, enjoy the podcast. Happy Christmas from all of us. Happy Christmas from Dr. Sunta Templeton.
Happy Christmas.
The Woodman Gav.
Happy Christmas.
And from me, Johnny Vaughan, and obviously from Big Si, who doesn't speak, but from both of us here as well. Have a great Christmas, happy Christmas, and Merry New Year.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X.
They've made electricity out of cheese.
What?
Yes, cheese. I knew it.
Does Gromit know?
I knew it was the answer to all our problems.
Definitely.
You just know.
Well, there's no shortage of cheese, is there?
No, one look at it and you know that's the answer. Cheese. I told you my theory as to why old people like cheese.
Yes, you did. For the strength of the flavour.
Yes, the strength of the reason old people like cheese is because years ago in caves, it's all young people left them. Just give them the old milk.
Yeah.
And gradually old people just got real taste for that. We've sort of got used to eating old bits of milk now.
Because they've got jaded palates as
I don't know,
well.
it's been locked round the back of the cave for about 5 years. We thought it'd be disgusting and damp. It's actually quite nice when you're this hungry, because the young'uns don't give us any food because they all need the energy for hunting.
And such.
And such like. We were just at the back with a bowl of water and some cheese and a hunk of old bread. Don't mind that neither. Right, we all right, Suds?
Yes.
Did you have a nice weekend?
It was lovely. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
How was your weekend, Johnny?
Really good.
What
really
did you
good.
do? What did you do?
Chelsea won.
They did.
Do you know what? I hate them so much. I hate Chelsea.
Were you singing?
No, I just hate them. Those little... No, they get paid $250,000 a week. No one likes their bosses. No one does. You got to perform still. You're not going, we're not going to try, are we? We're not trying.
It must be the only business in the world where you can get your boss sacked.
It's unbelievable. Mind you, he took all the credit. He always comes up in the special one, so if things aren't going bad, he didn't manage the talent. I can understand it. That's your job as a manager.
Yeah.
You manage talent. They're not there just to like you. You've got to manage them. It's a two-way thing. That's the point. Couldn't have happened to Sir Alex.
No.
But I found myself cheering the goals, and having said I'm going to get in there, I'm not going to do anything. I'll tell you what, if they score, I'm going to boo. First goal. Just the hypocrisy of football.
It lasted 2 seconds.
It's a shocking thing, isn't it? There we are, sitting there with the lads. They're going to tell you, if they even try, if they do anything, we're not cheering.
Yeah.
We're not. We'll all go silent. Definitely, we'll all go silent. First goal. I was there, my daughter was there.
Oh, no.
Going mad.
X. Radio X.
Generating electricity from cheese sounds like a plot from an Asterix comic book. I think it's beyond that.
It is.
But that is exactly what's happening in a new power plant in the French Alps. They've built a power plant running on cheese.
They haven't really.
They have.
No.
They have. I always knew it.
I see your cheese electricity,
Yeah.
and I raise you a meat bus. London buses, 3,000, are going to be running on meat fuel next year.
You're kidding me.
I'm not even kidding you.
What, cheeseburgers?
Meat waste, including animal fat and cooking oil, converted into green diesel.
Wow.
Okay, so I could leave my cheese-heated house and get into a meat-powered bus.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, that's like the end of dinner.
It is.
It's like Sunday lunch. What's next?
It's a savoury.
It's unbelievable. What's next?
You just need
Don't
something.
tell me. I'll have like my cab will run on after eights. Okay, wait a second.
X. Radio X.
Good afternoon, I'm Johnny Vaughan. This Christmas week, this week of weeks, this special week,
This Michaelmas week.
So as you join me on this Michaelmas week, each day I intend to do a thought for the day. I went to see the football at the weekend.
The association football was there.
The association football, and I thought, my, jolly good, how nice it is to see all these people supporting a club.
Yes.
And then I thought, it's very like when we go to church. And we said, how like the kingdom of God that was. You're right there, Sunts.
Okay.
I understand Sunta is a rare break in this link. Sunta, I understand you've got all the latest showbiz gossip.
I have.
Sunta's got all the latest showbiz gossip.
I've got all the latest showbiz gossip.
What happened?
Sunta, can you tell us the latest showbiz gossip?
Lenny Kravitz is accused of running an illegal dental surgery in the Bahamas.
She's not kidding.
What a strange thing to be accused of.
Yes, what a very strange thing for a rock and roll musician to say.
Do you want the details? Or
Yes, please. As long as we can run the music again.
There is a bit more.
Go on, what?
It's not all that good when you go past the
He
headline.
just
though.
financed it.
Well, no, he's financed a pop-up charity dental clinic on the island that he has a home at, and apparently doesn't have the appropriate permits to be practicing.
I just like the idea of Lenny being like a Simpsons character. You know.
By having a fetish about
Yeah.
dentistry.
Now.
Or sitting in the dental chair and waiting for your dentist, and in comes Lenny.
Yes. Mr. Kravitz will see you now. He's been an old Jewish geezer. You think, oh, this is going to be fine. I'm in the right hands. Suddenly, Sunts.
Got another story.
Sun's got all the latest showbiz gossip.
Tell us, Sunts.
Miley Cyrus has been joined on stage by Pamela Anderson while wearing a prosthetic gentleman's appendage.
Wow.
Great.
Fantastic.
She's German. Right, I've got one for you here. I've got all the latest cinema reviews. Bucking a trend of rave reviews, the Post newspaper gives a thumbs down to Star Wars The Force Awakens, saying it's got no idea how to depict true evil.
Really?
Yeah, and that's coming from the best. Seriously. L'Osservatore Romano, the Vatican paper, I'm sure you read it. It denounced the film's villains as a pale imitation of Darth Vader. They're like, bring it on. Give us something to exercise already.
I need more Darthness.
Yeah, it's not Darth enough. It fails, it says, it fails most clamorously in its representation of evil. It pointed out wistfully that Darth Vader and above all the Emperor Palpatine were two of the most efficient villains in that genre of American cinema. But Kylo Ren wears a mask merely to emulate his predecessor, while the character who needs some substitute, the Emperor Palpatine, has the incarnation of supreme evil, represents the most serious defect of the film.
Why do they care?
Because they want evil to be right. Well, not they want it to be wrong, but they want it to be right wrong.
You do realise it's a film.
Yeah, of course they do. They also realise it's a Bible.
Did they call them efficiently evil?
Yes.
That's brilliant.
They said they were two of the most efficient villains in cinema.
wonderful.
Well, Darth Vader. Well picked out, son. I love you. You're absolutely right. What a lovely detail.
Yeah, you don't want a lazy baddie, do you?
No, but what they're saying is that Vader and Palpatine are very efficient villains.
Yes.
I'm not sure they are, actually. I think Vader's pretty wasteful. Okay, also they did praise, though. It devoted articles to the Bond film, saying that they had extremely beautiful Bond girls. And they also thought Mad Max was a masterpiece. I might start getting
The
this
Vatican?
thing. Yes.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
I'm Johnny Vaughan with you on Christmas Day, along with Dr. Sunta Templeton. Happy Christmas, Doctor.
Happy Christmas, Johnny.
Doc, I seem to have this problem. Let's take a look, old boy. There you go. Doc, what do you make of it?
Well, it seems to be a bitten off.
It certainly does, Doc. Sorry, all year we've had our craze about the going to the doctor always in tweed, tapping a pipe and sitting on the edge of his desk and being really confident.
And calling him Doc.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. Gav, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm very good.
It's a great way for you just to miss the family for a bit, isn't it?
It's just a nice little... I've got young children.
Oh, God.
And I usually do all the cooking, and I've got away with it this year.
Well, I bet you've done all the prepping, though, so there's very little needs doing.
Yeah, I have.
So it's just literally, your missus just got to heat things up.
Well, no, there's a big bowl of peeled potatoes underwater,
Yeah.
ready to go in the pan.
Nice, Gav.
Did you do them last night?
Yes.
Thanks, Gav. It's a lovely picture.
It's a beautiful image.
It's a lovely picture. Some wet potatoes.
Can I just ask, as you are...
Thanks, Gav. Yeah.
Can I ask Gav, though?
You really painted that. That's a lovely
It's
picture.
a bowl of potatoes.
As
Bowl of
someone who's
potatoes
worked-
with water in them and salted.
As someone who's worked in food
Yes.
and catering, the whole cross in the bottom of the sprout,
Should never do it.
why do people do that?
Because for some reason it's just like an old wives' tale. It's
don't have to
it's
do
to
it.
take the tough root off.
It's not. It's
But
one
you
of
should never do it. You should just cut it flush and leave it alone. And boil it for not that long.
No, you cross it and then you put little chestnuts in the little slits.
Well,
You
if
can
you
put
are-
chestnuts in.
Yeah, but what happens is the leaves all come apart and it waterlogs the little cabbage, which is what it is, a
do you
little
know what
cabbage.
do you know what my granny used to do?
What?
She used to put the little X's on the Brussels sprouts,
Yeah.
and she used to pop them on her nipples. And walk around the kitchen. Seriously. She did underneath the
not.
thing. She did. Underneath her bra. She put them right there.
Oh, I
She had Brussels sprouts. She didn't walk around with her boobs.
Well,
out.
what else is why?
Weird granny. But she used to put them on, so she used to have these massive nipples. And then she used to carry on Christmas Day absolutely as normal, like that.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
Right here on Radio X on Christmas Day. I'm Johnny Vaughan. Dr. Sunday Templeton is in attendance, as is the woodman. Cry timber for here's festivity. At the start of every week, we adopt a town. On Monday, we adopted Bethlehem, not the oh little town of Bethlehem. This one is in Carmarthenshire in Wales. And I think we've got Gareth on the line now, who lives in Bethlehem. Gareth, hello.
Hello there, how are you?
Not too bad. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas to you.
You having a nice day there?
Great. I mean, where better to be on Christmas Day than Bethlehem?
Well, exactly right. Can I ask you, how many chapels are there in Bethlehem?
Chapels. To be honest, Bethlehem is really, really small. There isn't a chapel, but you should see how
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say it's a very, very small place, so there's only 5 chapels.
Yeah.
So there's literally 5 chapels. There's 5 chapels and 2 houses.
There's every house has got one in the garden.
Yeah, right.
Is it pronounced Bethlehem?
It's not. You say it Bethlehem just like you would for the other one. Bethlehem 2,
okay.
as we like to call it here.
Do you call it Bethlehem 2, do you?
We call the other one
Or
Bethlehem.
the other
We're
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. They're Bethlehem 2.
Okay, well, tell us a bit more about Bethlehem, though. I mean, if we're walking through there, what are we seeing? Where's it set?
if you're walking through there, you've probably already passed it. It's absolutely tiny.
If you're
It's a handful of
walking through
houses,
there, you've already passed
really
it.
Slowly. There's one post office, and around Christmas that gets really busy with all the people coming to post their letters.
I thought you were going to say...
so it gets the right postmark. They all want to say that they've posted their letters in Bethlehem.
Okay.
I don't know who they're fooling. It's a British first-class stamp. That will not get it from the West Bank to London. Obviously, it's from somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, but you do get the Bethlehem stamp on it, right?
You do. You get like a little posted from Bethlehem thing.
Okay. So, is there a pub in the town, or is drinking frowned on?
Do you know what? There's a big Shepherd's community here.
Okay.
And they love a drink. They love a drink. So you'll always see those boys down the Wise Men, downing a few at every. That's the name of the pub. The Wise Men.
Wise
They're down there like a shot every.
Is the
single,
pub?
every
You
single
Gareth?
time.
Are you kidding me? The pub is called the Wise Men.
The Wise Men. There's a club next door called Gold.
These shepherds. Have you ever asked them what it would take to get them to abandon their flocks?
A bright light. That's all it takes.
Is that all it
Bright
takes?
light.
Have you tested them? Have you
They're
tested
like-
them?
They're like moths.
Do they follow planes as they go overhead by
Well,
mistake?
in fact, the translation was while shepherds watch them moths by night. It was actually wrongly translated.
I left the landing lights on. They were all in the garden the
I bet
next
they-
day. Honestly, I'm telling you.
I bet they're just
Telling you.
headbutting the
Terrible
glass. Okay, what's the talk of the town really in Bethlehem?
Well, it's Christmas, so everyone's back. But like I said, it's a small town, so like the only hotel is full. But the guy who runs it, he's not missing a trick.
Right.
He's got people staying. He's got people staying in the bathroom. He's got people staying in like the stable outside.
Okay. Does the stable go for a premium? Hang on a second. Is there just one? There's one hotel inn.
One
Can we
inn.
call it an inn?
There's one inn, and it's completely full. So you've got people in the stable, which is ludicrous because it's full of cattle.
Yeah.
And they're busy lowing.
Yeah, I bet.
He's
Yeah.
got-
Does that
he's
wake
got-
the babies?
Well, this is the thing. There's this, like I saw a couple in there just now. Right, there's this woman there. She's clearly pregnant. She's obviously
Okay,
any
very
minute
very
now.
good, Gareth. Don't
Any
milk
minute
it.
now.
Don't milk it. Do you know what I reckon, though, Gareth? I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, well, I bet back then with what hassle it was to clean sheets and do stuff. I bet a lot of people didn't want women just to drop in their small inns. I bet you that was quite standard. So say, can we go here? She's going to give birth any second. Can we have a room? The guy's going, you're kidding me, right? Like I want that mess.
I don't have any hot towels.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll put you go in the stable because like we all. And I bet you they always moved into the stable when they were having children. They always moved away from the house, some sort of hygiene thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking.
Rating is. I don't know what. I haven't seen if it's got the stickers on the door, but I can't think it's high.
Okay, Gareth, if I call up that inn now to try and book for Christmas, do you think he'll tell me there's no room?
Do you know what? I think he'd tell you there's no room, and then he'd find somewhere outside.
But if I said I had a woman with me who might drop any second, would he say sorry, mate? Okay, listen. Where's Good to Go Bananas? I think we've established that's the club Gold.
Yeah.
Is there a jazz club called Myrrh you can move on to later? It's a bit sleazier. Okay, who's your local celebrity?
We've got loads. We've got loads of celebrities.
Have you?
There's like other villages have a village idiot, whereas that's too down market for us. So we've got like a wise man.
Okay.
We've got 3 of them actually.
Okay, you got 3 of them.
And they know what they're doing.
So they just prop the bar.
They really know what they're doing.
Yeah, they really know what they're doing. They turn up with gifts.
Okay. So they just sit there all the time just giving out, like, you don't want to do it like that.
Giving out advice.
You want to turn that the other way up, mate?
Fruit machine tips.
Fruit machine. They just have one of them hangs by the fruit machine.
Hold the frankincense.
Hold the myrrh.
So
all right, listen, thank you so much for talking to us. And Gareth, you have a great Christmas day. Love to your family, and we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Bye.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X.
Okay, at the beginning of December, we opened the... Why is your hand shaking, Simon? It didn't shake before Christmas. No, you've got really shaky, bony little hands that are really red, like a physics teacher. You remind me very much of... Do you know what you would be if you weren't working here? Lab staff at a private school. Just lab staff. Look at your shaky purple hands. Like this isn't where you really want to be, so you've started drinking heavily.
At a young age.
Really young alcoholic. Why are we laughing at that? It's really sad.
It's not a cheerful Christmas topic.
It's not a cheerful Christmas topic at all. All my friends at home, there's quite a lot of youngsters trying to get a bit of booze down them. Okay, here we go. Hoping that they'll be able to blindside an adult. That's what we used to do. So we get some sherry. Okay, at the beginning of December, we opened the first door on our wondrous, strange, phantasmagorical, indubitably sequential, numerical human advent calendar. It just trips off the tongue. It then went downhill from there. But thanks to you, we had an advent calendar we could share with the nation. Here is the full montage. The wondrous, strange, phantasmagorical, indubitably sequential, numerical human advent calendar! What's behind door number 1?
Christmas pudding!
A Christmas turkey!
Yeah!
I am a Christmas cowboy!
Yes! A Christmas cowboy!
I am a scuba diver!
A Christmas party! A Yule log!
A Christmas spirit! I am a Christmas postbox! I'm an astronaut in drag! Turkey giblets!
Turkey giblets!
I am a stuffing ball!
I am a whimsical Christmas bicycle leaning nonchalantly on a lamppost. I'm pickled dog's ears.
Pickled dog's ears!
I'm a whippet!
A whippet!
I am a happy Christmas cloud!
An apple.
I'm an over-friendly shop assistant.
Nothing Christmas.
Oh, very good.
That's brilliant.
Very good, sir.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Absolutely fantastic. And do you know something? I have to say, I don't have to say it, but I will say, I obviously don't get any thrill out of advent calendars anymore. Those days are gone.
No.
But I really did enjoy that every day. It was
brilliant.
It was a lovely idea. It was actually one of Big Si's idea. That one. I'm far bit for me to give any credit to anyone. Normally, even if other people think they're up, I always make out I said it originally.
Yeah.
But that was a great idea, and it was. I think it really captured hearts and minds of millions of people. Really got into that every day. They lived for it.
Oh.
I don't mean it.
I just love the idea of a bicycle being whimsical.
Yes, I do as well.
Bicycles don't have a lot of opportunity with whimsy.
No, they don't, do they? Or absurdist humour.
No.
They're more slapstick.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
Gav, it's time for me to go into Studio 104.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know who it is.
Apparently, some massive guests are there. I'm going to go and find out.
Right.
Well, Mark, it's Christmas Day. What are you doing here in the radio studio?
What are you doing here?
I'm working.
Every Christmas, we hang out at a random radio station in London.
Is that a charity
That's
thing?
that's our tradition.
Is it?
Yeah.
And how long have you been hanging around on at radio stations just on Christmas Day?
Oh, 10 years now? You and I have been doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years. This is our 10th anniversary.
And then you go back to your families.
And we go back to our families.
Now, you have I'm just going to turn to Will. You have a... no, if I can.
Please.
Can I turn to Will? You have a Swedish wife. Is there anything unusual in the house? Do you worship stranger gods?
Well, it is a pagan country.
It is?
Yes. So there's a lot of rituals that I can't get into. We do have Tomten comes.
Okay.
Swedish Santa.
Okay.
Right?
Tomten, that sounds
Tomten.
like... Is that evil? But is that evil?
No, Tomten he's lovely. He's a little gruff.
Sweet.
Is he?
He's very sweet, but he's a little gruff.
Okay, he's a little gruff. What about you? Is there a traditional, after you've been to the radio studio, which you have this year,
Yeah.
which is good,
Yeah.
what's the kind of tradition in the Wahlberg house? I know you love football and things. Do you can still go out to the car to listen to sports, to avoid the family?
No, I'm no longer allowed to do that.
Okay.
My wife has taken the keys away.
Has she?
Yes.
So what's a traditional Christmas at yours? Are you?
The usual. You beat the kids.
Yeah.
You
What are you beating them with these
Tie them
days?
up.
What do you beat them
Stick,
with?
golf clubs.
I go with oranges in a pillowcase.
If I hit
is
a
less.
bad shot,
Yeah.
I'd usually keep the 3-iron.
Okay.
Tangerines. Nice, juicy tangerine.
No,
Well-
frozen.
Oh, frozen.
Nice to-
Oh.
Which you go for the 3-iron?
Yes.
You see, I find a 7-iron. It's a more cynical club. But it's better if you're in an enclosed space, which you often are with small children.
You like that angle of the 7?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I get more loft on the child. Are you competitive on set? Are you too competitive at all?
We're competitive at who can be more supportive of one another.
How's that for an
pathetic.
answer?
Yeah.
You're a pathetic individual.
Yes.
How's that for an answer?
That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
No, what else are you competitive about? Is there any sort of?
We got a little
were very-
competitive
Just
on the
let Mark
basketball
speak,
court.
Will.
No, we were very competitive about the Super Bowl. He's not necessarily a Seattle Seahawks fan, but he's a huge Pete Carroll guy.
Is he?
But I
And
have
so-
become a Seahawks fan.
Why?
Well,
Even more.
I just like the Cowboys because they're so old school and just unacceptable.
yeah, they're
You
horrible.
know.
Everyone hates the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the? Yeah.
And the Patriots. A lot of people don't like the Patriots.
Yeah, he's
Well,
a big
'cause they're
Patriot fan.
winners.
But he hides in his car during
Everyone's-
Super Bowl and listens
Yeah.
to games. He wouldn't let his daughter go to a birthday party.
He's
Yes, that is true.
very much a fanatic.
Okay. Describe yourself as a parent. I mean, you strict generally?
I told you that story.
I know.
Oh, I don't know why I did that.
But really, what do you like? Is that
I rule with a velvet fist.
a velvet, an iron fist in a velvet glove?
In a velvet glove.
Okay, and what about you?
What?
How are you? Are you quite a strict parent with them? Are you strict?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay, I'm going to move on.
I was thinking about the game.
Okay. Yeah, were you?
I was like, I don't know why I told that story. I got to tell that story.
You went
and I
back
got
in
in trouble.
time.
My wife heard that through the grapevine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, I like the green sub. It's nice.
You always notice when I have a good
But
watch.
do I like it? It's manly and
Thank you.
reassuring.
Thank you.
Don't raise up on me.
Don't raise up on me. What was that from, though?
It's from Kenny Powers.
Oh, don't raise up on
I'm
me.
old, Sal.
Yeah.
X. Radio X.
Sunta, do you like to play games at Christmas?
I love to play games at Christmas until I start losing, and then I get pretty competitive.
Like what? What sort of games? I'm very competitive on these things. Do you? Has it come to blows? Have you?
Well, I mean, there's been definite walking out, sulks, doors slamming, accusations of cheating, about people hiding certain, amounts of money at various places
Monopoly.
about their body. Monopoly's always
vicious.
the one.
Okay, never take a break in a game of Monopoly.
No.
Because you guarantee it's on someone's mind. They're just going to go and slash whatever. They're stuffing money in the car.
Exactly.
500.
Exactly.
500.
And what you realise in this situation is you can't trust any member of your family.
No, you
It
can't.
makes you realise that if you were to ever win the lottery, you could never trust them with any amount
Especially when two of them gang up
money.
and start lending each other cash.
Yes.
And building up a sort of monopoly.
No, but doing deals in the Monopoly.
Yeah,
Deals.
that's not part of the rules.
It's not part of the rules. rules.
It's not. You're not allowed to do that. The other thing about Christmas is sometimes it's the time of year you get that game for the first time.
Yeah.
And you get situations where someone goes, what happens now? Someone goes, hang on. Where player lands
and they're reading the rules.
May give them an extra go, but if he does not take the extra, then he chooses to pass.
Reading the inside lid of the box.
Yeah, hang on a second. No, where does that leave me though? Yeah. You can take the red track over the stream if you go over the bridge. But if you don't throw a double. Okay, I think if it, no, you always get the person going. I think.
One year we did that.
What does it say?
Yeah. No. What is the rule?
What is the rule? You go. I don't know. I mean, basically, it says you can do anything. You go, well, it's not going to say that in the rules, is it? It doesn't say in the rules, basically, you can do anything.
One year we had a new game at my boyfriend's parents' house for Christmas, and we kind of cottoned onto the fact no one really knew how to play, so we kept making his dad miss a go. So, no, because that happened and that and that.
Really?
You don't get to go. He didn't have a go for like 10 rounds.
That's fun.
Before he walked away.
But that's fun doing that. That's good. That's a wind-up.
That's a separate
but
game.
It's just when
on
you're
the side.
really frustrated, you think, I definitely should be winning. I got this card game. And it got down to the end. It was all that, if you have that one, and it means now you pass, it wasn't Uno, it's another one.
Right.
And basically I had the equivalent of the ace of spades, and that's all I had in my hand.
Yeah.
That feeling like, I know now I cannot lose. Because whatever that is, I can put this card there.
Yeah.
And I ended up picking up 4. I'm thinking, no, it can't happen. You can't just have an ace and lose. That just, I know. Okay, hang on, let me have a look. But if they pick up the 3, they must pick up the 4. I don't know. It was like I was in a loophole in the rules, on Christmas, the worst one, I talk about it a lot, so my dad broke the head of one of the footballers on my striker game, so we weren't able to play it for the rest of Christmas.
You have mentioned that before,
Because it really comes back, because I was it was one of the few presents I got that was what I call, a premium present.
It was the gift you wanted.
It was actually a present that other kids with money were getting.
Right.
And not another cheaper version.
Yes, something my dad had made to look like it. We always got cheaper versions of everything. But this one really was what I wanted, even though I didn't have the diving goalkeepers. That was just too much of a stretch for him. Right. That would have been super striker. Instead, I just had goalkeepers that just could throw it.
What was that bicycle he gave you?
The Commander. The Rally Commander. I always got cheaper versions. But more disappointing. Do you remember the game Frustration?
Yes.
With the pop?
Yes.
It's like Ludo with the pop.
Yeah, so you don't throw the dice, it kind of works with its own bubble.
Yeah, my dad, frustrated, broke it. He broke the bubble, so it didn't work. So anytime you went like that, it'd actually trap a bit of skin in the bubble because the perspex was cracked. He was like, ouch! Exactly right.
He broke it out of frustration.
Yes, out of frustration, because he kept sending his back. He just hit it really hard.
Yeah.
He really whacked it. I think he must have known perspex because has not got that tolerance for stress.
X Radio X.
Okay, today's hero, Johnny, is a man called Herbert Spencer, who was a social philosopher.
What is that?
I have no idea. He lived from 1820 to 1903.
Okay.
Charles Darwin called him 20 times my superior.
It's not hard.
No, I suppose.
Basically, Charles Darwin just ripped off farmers, didn't he?
I suppose. Anyway, Herbert Spencer, he was a bit eccentric. He was a bit of a hypochondriac. When he went for a drive, he would from time to time order the coachman to stop so he could check his pulse to check whether he was still alive.
Nice. This is such a good... I wish I had someone to do that.
When he went on a train, he would install a hammock in the carriage.
Oh, good man.
Because he needed 2 assistants to help him with his equipment and hammock and various rugs and cushions because he was so poorly.
I'd love to do that. Do you like a hammock, Gav?
I love it. It's the most comfortable thing you can ever get into.
I love a hammock. I can sleep. I'm asleep just thinking about it.
His preferred...
don't talk about it.
His preferred wardrobe was a one-piece overall costume that he had designed himself. This eliminated the need for boots, socks, trousers,
Genius.
Shirt and coat.
It's a onesie.
He invented the onesie.
It's a onesie.
And gave him the appearance of a brown bear.
Oh, it's a brilliant
It's a
onesie.
really good onesie.
A bear-shaped man in a hammock on a train. That's just brilliant.
That's fantastic. No, Gav. Let's drink that in, everybody. It's a guy in a bear suit on a hammock on a train with lackeys just making sure he's all comfy with blankets.
Now, the best thing about him wasn't that.
What?
The best thing about him was that he was quite mischievous. And he was a scholar, obviously. And one time he played a joke on a fellow scholar called Trimble. Having acquainted Trimble with the symptoms of water on the brain.
Nice. I don't know what that is, but...
Well, what he would do is every day he lined Trimble's hat with a piece of card around the inside of the rim.
Yeah.
And convinced Trimble over the course of 2 weeks that his head was swelling.
So his hat's just getting
so
smaller.
subtle. Such an academic
very
prank.
subtly.
He thought his head
Real
was
funny
getting...
by gas lamp stuff.
It really is. Poor old... No, that's it. That's the funniest thing
Oh,
he did.
Gav, man, that's absolutely. I want more.
He thought his head was growing at a disconcerting rate.
Every day, it's even tighter today. You'd be going mad.
But Herbert, I tell you.
But also back then, when everything was fatal.
Of course, yeah.
It's basically, he's getting up thinking, I'm dying. I'm definitely dying. I'm definitely dying. Okay, thank you very much. That was Gav's hero. Salute him.
Herbert Spencer.
Herbert Spencer. Johnny Vaughan, 4 till 7. Salute you. Thank you very much indeed. Woodman.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X.
At Frank Lampard's wedding, guests were the worse for wear because it was a free bar.
No.
Yeah.
You're joking. It was free booze
you wouldn't have thought
at a
a guy
wedding.
who earned like 180 grand a week, but he got the drinks in.
Wow. I've never heard of that at a wedding.
At a wedding?
No.
No, apparently Ant and Dec didn't have to buy their own drinks.
That's weird.
Yeah, isn't it?
Imagine them not having to buy their own
No
drink.
wonder they all went so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of
Free
that,
bar.
God, imagine that. A room full of millionaires with a free bar. I bet they went mad.
Yeah.
No wonder Kelly Hopton looks the worst of her. I bet in her time as an interior designer to the celebrities and glamourati, I bet she's glitterati. I bet she's never known anything like it.
No.
Even on the Dragon's Den, no one's ever suggested something like that.
I know.
A free bar.
I know.
I'm out.
Weird.
Whoa. Okay, Gav.
Yes.
We were talking earlier about a guy who fooled someone with their head was getting bigger every day because they stuck a...
They lined the rim of his hat, the inside band of his hat, with card and paper, just a bit
Genius.
more every day to make him think his head was getting bigger.
Fantastic.
Yeah, in the 70s, my dad was a newspaper editor.
Mm-hmm.
And in those days, the whole building was the newspaper. So they had the editorial room at the top, the printing presses underneath,
Yeah.
and then the vans and the transport section below.
Well, that's where you used to hang out, I bet, as a lad.
I did go in there when I was a little boy, yeah.
I bet it's the only place you're interested in.
But anyway, what happened was one of the employees, my dad was the editor, and one of the reporters came in and he just bought a car.
Yeah.
And he was showing off about how good it was on fuel, kept talking about it. So my dad arranged for the transport department to keep adding fuel to his fuel tank.
All right, so
for
really-
about 3 weeks, his fuel gauge didn't go down at all. And he kept coming back in and going, still hasn't gone down.
Well, Gav.
Still hasn't gone down.
Gav, do you remember the year at York? That's brilliant. He's really boasting about it. Still hasn't gone down, Don.
Yep.
Do you remember Gav has a thing every year called the AGM, the annual general meeting down in Weybridge, which I've been privileged to be invited to over the years. Actually, I was banned for a long time due to an incident where I took the food fight at the end. I raised it to nuclear because I discovered you could turn on the big whirring fan in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And if you trifle at that, you really are a winner.
Oh my God.
If you get underneath it,
You can hit someone off the fan.
it's unbelievable. It's quite unbelievable. You can get the whole table with one armful of trifle.
sprouts.
Everyone
Yeah.
had picked on me. They didn't see I'd seen the move. I moved to the middle, launched the trifle up to the fan, stood in the middle, and the whole room was splattered. And I was like, oh, man.
Who are you people?
He wasn't invited back.
I wasn't invited. No, for 2 years I wasn't invited, but also because I drank all the rum as well.
Yeah.
But, which one meant the other.
They were linked.
But 1 year, Gav, do you remember when I was eating my food? And because I talk a lot while I'm eating, and also I can eat endlessly.
I do remember this.
Gav was next door to me, and every time I turned around, they were just filling my plate up.
It just never went down.
Everyone else here thinking, why is it going down? I've eaten so much, I just can't do any more. I carried on talking stuff, and I couldn't work out. They were all really laughing. You know, I knew something was up, Gav, because you're all finding it a bit too funny.
That's right, yeah.
You know, you start laughing, and eventually you get to sort of, what's the matter?
Had about 12 potatoes and about 18 pigs in blankets.
It was just disgusting amount, and I couldn't work out why they just kept laughing at everything I was saying. I really felt really popular and funny. I just realised I was
full. I imagine.
Yeah, I should have known. Because I felt popular, funny, and like I was engaging a whole table. It's like eating like a pig, and people just laughing at me. I should have known something was wrong. I've never gone down that well.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X.
I've often hated the way, just because someone's a celebrity, and they say play tennis,
Yeah.
their words have more weight.
Talking about tennis.
About stuff that isn't tennis.
Okay.
And suddenly everyone takes offence. I mean, really everyday things. Suddenly we're all offended. Well, here's a classic example of how petty people can be. You ready? The mayor of Worthing has invited Andy Murray to tour the town after the tennis star told a television audience of millions he'd been described as, get this, as dull as a week in Worthing.
Okay.
So he's putting himself down, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's an old phrase, and no one...
Yeah.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Murray, 28, referenced the West Sussex seaside town during his Sports Personality of the Year victory speech, in which he joked about the comment made by Daily Mail reporters. It's a joke about him.
Yes. And he was quoting it.
He said, a friend sent me a message the other day with an article saying, Andy Murray is duller than a weekend in Worthing.
Yeah.
And he said, which I thought was harsh, on Worthing.
Yes.
So he can laugh, and he's double laughed at himself. And what I'd say was 2 words, good lad.
Yeah.
Now, but the mayor, oh no, he doesn't say it like that. He defended the town.
Did he?
Don't you hate that? But I said he's got no right. Has he ever been to Worthing?
After that vicious attack.
On, you horrid, small-minded little man.
Yeah, take a joke.
You imagine him in his big, stretched Ford. Or whatever. You know those ones they get and they think, I know, we'll add an extra door. That'll make it look flash. And stick an album looks like crap cufflinks on the roof.
A Ford limo.
Yeah, you know those Ford limo, like you get those... Or the old,
diplomatic flags on the front.
You know the ones that local mayors have, don't they? They just think, oh no, we'll stick another door in. Yeah, dig your stretch, mayor. Whoa. Woo! Where'd you get that stretch?
He should have a Hummer, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Some limo. Here comes the mayor. Look, he's got an extra long Ford.
He's got more Ford.
He's got more Ford. He can get another people's row. He can get another row of Vips in there. Yo!
Rolling.
Yeah. Rolling with the mayor.
He's a player.
Yeah, that mayor's a player. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of people have a misconception about Worthing. They don't. Thinking it's a place people go to retire and die in. Well, yeah. Worthing's actually a very diverse town. People are choosing to live in Worthing for different reasons.
He takes it so seriously.
The cost of housing is less expensive. There's lots to offer in terms of culture and jobs. We have the Worthing Symphony Orchestra, just for the young.
How could Murray have missed all these things?
Yes, and the Worthing Philharmonic Orchestra. Again, something for the young. There's also a museum and great shopping. Never list 2 orchestras in a museum to say it's not for old people.
He hasn't
Not that I've got anything against it, but I do like it. I love an orchestra.
He hasn't even mentioned Royal Blood. He's missed one there.
Yeah, Royal Blood from Worthing. Exactly right.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't know that.
No.
Anyway, my point is, I just can't stand that. We'll come and visit here, like he's going to. Like we're going to have to now. It's like a diplomatic thing. The consulate in Worthing, the Worthing embassy has shut in London, in Edinburgh.
They have pressurised Murray into a state visit.
Worthingtonian diplomats have withdrawn from Scotland over the comments. Until Murray makes a peace mission there.
Weapons are massing on the border.
Yes, and listens to the 2 Philharmonic orchestras before a tour around the museum to show how young it is and interesting.
Johnny Vaughan. Radio X. Radio X.
You know, Countryfile's now more popular than the X Factor. That's how bad it's got, or good it's got.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That makes me happy.
It really makes me happy as well. Tales of sheep dips, lactation curves and hedge laying appear to have trumped the X Factor. Viewing figures released today show that during 2015, Countryfile recorded the largest ever audiences with more than 7 million people regularly watching its early Sunday evening slot. The only programme to secure higher figures, Strictly, Undisputed TV Champion, The Apprentice, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and Downton Abbey. They're the only ones that did better.
That's interesting. Countryfile is maybe the older viewer, and X Factor's the younger viewer.
No, this is my point.
So what about all the people in between?
This is my point. Is that when you read these articles, it always says like about the Great British Bake Off. Why we're all more into baking than singing. Why we all love the country more than... We don't. It's just there's loads and loads of pensioners who don't move beyond the big 5 channels. That's what it is. Yeah. It doesn't mean we all like anything. Yeah. It just means there's this walloping great block vote right at the top of Britain. The Grey Army, just put Countryfile on, bang, 7 million. So just imagine 7 million people suddenly whumping on a park bench.
Yeah.
Boof, on a sofa.
That's a huge audience.
Hey, isn't the Bake Off starting? Whumph. Down they go. You know, that's all it is. They like it. And they like Strictly. Whumph, I like that dance. We used to do a bit of that when I was younger.
Yeah.
We like all the colours and the skirts.
I love that young Simon Cowell.
I like that. Look, I was talking about Strictly. They like a bit of Strictly. They do like it. It's just, it just appeals. They remember Come Dancing the first way round. Which leads me on to the interesting question. Well, you'll be the judge how interesting it is. But, everyone's quite into... Well, I've been to Strictly a few times to watch it.
Right.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me weirdly?
I wouldn't have...
No, I went to support Lisa. I went to support Lisa when she was doing it. So I turned up as her mate.
Right.
It's really interesting. What they show is the really good dancers come on. Like these really good salsa dancers.
Yeah.
All those sort of bendy people.
Yeah, with
they're
all the
like
hips.
super bendy. You're thinking, wow, you two can really bend. I bet you have like real bendy time back at home. Whatever you do. But you look at these bendy people and they're really good at doing it. And now, of course, you've got used to Strictly and the dances. It's quite nice to see it done. And I just wonder why no one's brought back Come Dancing, the original show that it started with.
So instead of being people who can't dance,
attempting to. How about yeah. At the moment, it's just like watching amateur football.
Yeah, it's not great.
I would like to see some professionals actually doing it.
A genuine dance competition with people who are good at it.
I know we shouldn't be really talking about this on Radio X, but I would. If you go to, honestly, it's not a good night at Strictly. It's not. I mean, I can't pretend. It's just not a good night.
I've never watched a whole episode of it, to be honest.
It's never good being in the studio audience of anything because you're just like a sound effect, aren't you?
Yeah, you're just waiting for each bit of filming, are you?
I mean, it's live.
Yeah.
And there's a bit that was when I was there. Was then pre-recorded, so it was a bit more interesting. But when those pros came on and started doing their stuff, you are at least getting a bit of
flavour,
a bit of wow.
Yeah.
It's not like he did quite well for an amateur.
Yeah.
Suddenly you see that it's a different level.
It is.
So I think I really would like to see. I mean, maybe we could do it on Radio X Factor, a new dance show thing.
Do you want to wear one of those shimmery costumes? Is that what you're saying?
I've been asked to do Strictly a few times. There's no point me doing it
because you do your knee ligament.
No, because I'm just gonna. As you know, I'm a phenomenal dancer, right? And no, I'm phenomenal. I mean, everyone who's ever seen.
Hang on. You're saying there's no point you doing Strictly because you just win it outright because you're so good.
Yeah, I would do. Yeah.
I wonder why.
No, I'm phenomenal. I mean, also I'm trained as well because I used to do. I used to do ballet and go to dance school, so I can do it all anyway. So I'm not allowed to do it.
You're not allowed to do it.
No, because a lot of them shouldn't be. A lot of them shouldn't be because they're trained professionals. They went to theatre schools. They're trained professional dancers. You can't compare, some of a theatre school girl on it with some some woman
60-year-old comedian.
Yeah, whatever. No, a lot of them have danced back in the old days.
Yeah,
but a lot of them are just pro dancers. They've just done it all before.
I love the idea that somewhere in a room, someone's going through names of potential Strictly contestants, and they're going through, oh, Johnny Vaughan. Well, no, he couldn't because he's a professional.
He's too good.
He's too good. We couldn't have him on.
I know. That's the problem. That's the problem. No, but you know what I mean? It's like hiding the money in Monopoly. There's no sweetness in the victory. That's what I'm saying. No, come on. Look, I'm a phenomenal dancer. Everyone who's seen me knows that, yeah? I've got moves that have got moves. I'll take any wedding. And I look beautiful out there.
Right.
X Radio X.
Okay, here's the deal. It's one of the funniest Christmas stories I've heard. It certainly caused me to laugh so much at the time. My old producer at the Big Breakfast, a guy called Ed Forsdick, who was the editor of it all, went on to do Ant and Dec and everything. He was a genius. God rest him. He was one of the most fantastic men. One of the funniest people I've ever met. Had a laugh exactly like Muttley.
Did he?
Yeah, exactly like it. When you made him laugh, he just started going Muttley and the tears had come and he was just, and the whole world had laughed with him. And it's sad to know I never laughed with him again. But always this time of year, I remember we were doing the Big Breakfast. I used to go and stand in his shed during the show. Just between items when someone was doing something else or in the pause, I was going to sit and chat to Ed, see how the story was going. He was always beleaguered. He was always getting so much flack from above.
From everywhere.
It was always showing crisis. Had that mentality all the time, even though it never was. Anyway, he'd come back one Christmas. He had a cracking time. He'd been to Japan. And he loved Japan because he loved shopping. For little gadgets and gimmicks. He just loved it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said he could hardly get through the story. He said, I've just seen the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. He said, I've been laughing for about 18 hours. I said, what happened? He says, I was in Osaka. This is where his brother lived, in a shopping centre. And I was walking along, and I've seen a life-size nativity scene. Right. Like life-size, proper nativity scene. And he thinks, wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. It's really extraordinary. And then he focuses, he thinks, what's that above it? And there was a cross, a proper life-size crucifix revolving above the nativity scene. with Santa nailed to it. Yes. They had Santa smiling, nailed to a cross, going round and round. He said there was just a nail going through his big boots, and they tried to make it look all comfy. And he had a lovely smile on his face and nails in his hands, in his lovely red gloves. Big, nice, lovely nails.
Big tubby belly.
Yeah. He says there's a trouble. They just didn't quite get it. They just didn't. They didn't. It's muddled stuff.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
I've got some great news for you.
Go on.
If you're looking for a way to get out of Christmas, you know what's happened? This is the best, most manly. I like this bed instead. It's really nice. It's nice. It's really, gives me a different feel.
It's quite perky.
It's made me feel much more surreal. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing the show on the jazz tip. It's a bit unnerving. It feels like I'm in a really empty restaurant, but I'll go with it. Okay. Live from Covent Garden. It's an attempt at class. Should I help at all? Or you just... yeah, Tim will be over the wine list.
It's a speakeasy.
Ask Tim or I think Seb's got it either. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Because it's unseasonably clement for the time of year, and we've had the warmest December ever. Would you believe grass is growing?
Yeah.
Meaning that many people across the country will spend part of the Christmas holidays mowing the lawn.
Really?
Now, I'm not trying to give you a manly way out here, fellas. But if it does get too much, you've had some drinks, the mower winks at you. Out you go.
I can't believe it's a good idea to mow whilst under the influence.
Hey, it's private land. You do what you like.
Especially not on one of those sit-down mowers.
Oh no.
Oh man, the thing about those is you can just lift the cutting bit up and just keep going round, just waving at people.
You're just having a drive.
No one really knows. It's just fun.
I wonder if anyone's got like a stereo on one of those things.
Yes, you can. On golf course. The happiest men alive are always regarded as groundsmen on golf courses.
Why?
Because life looks so uncomplicated.
Yeah.
They're just around the nicest smells.
It's quite picturesque.
No, they're just surrounded by the smell of two-stroke.
Yes.
Grass clippings. A bit of grease. And
a flask of tea.
Mayfair cigarettes.
Yeah.
An old Holborn.
Lambert and Butler.
That'd be just the most beautiful aftershave, wouldn't it? To get all that in there for Christmas.
Just a bit of tobacco.
Groundsman. He's wearing groundsman.
Lawnsman.
And you just have that music in there. I don't know. You've worked hard. You play hard. You mow hard. You're wearing groundsman. Grass clippings. Two-stroke gasoline. Old Holborn rolling tobacco. All that's groundsman. All in a bottle. All for you. All for groundsman. The great smell of golf. There we go. It's groundsman's out this year. I'm almost persuaded. I can almost buy that. Can you? I'm going to get that.
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
X. That was our Christmas Week podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, from all of us, Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. And we'll speak to you in the new year. Have a great time. Thank you so much for all your lovely texts. And we'll speak to you in the... Bye. We love you. Bye.